この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Beastars, episode 9. Recording it a little bit earlier today because I felt like it, instead of watching Spice and Wolf first. You know, just felt good and felt like watching some Beastars. Also a little bit terrified because Beastars is goddamn terrifying. This show just keeps piling the tension on and creating really interesting dynamics between really interesting characters that makes the whole thing really fucking fascinating. It's just good. Yeah, it's just good. Last week on Beastars, we had another pretty scary episode. Mostly or in large part centered around the lights going out in the middle of the festival and the genuine and very real power dynamic between carnivores and herbivores and the threat of darkness becoming a really serious and major thing. In the process of this, Legoshi goes off and tries to find Haru because he wants to find Haru, but Juno is keeping like a very watchful eye on him and is putting two and two together with this big bad wolf's obsession with this tiny widow wabbit. That's not good. There was also a hell of a scene between Louis and Juno, where Juno used her very real physical strength and threat of danger, though she claims otherwise, to pin him to the ground and tell him that she wants to take his position and become the next Beastar, and she is well on her way. Some people in the comments have pointed out that Louis did a really fascinating job of turning everything she said around on her, and showed just how genuinely charismatic and persuasive and really smart Louis can really be. I will clarify one thing, which is that some people were confused why I was like freaking out and going like Louis no in the last video. I had this weird thought that Louis would, because of the thing going on with Haru, would sadistically try to make Juno fall in love with him. I know that sounds really weird and it doesn't make much sense looking back on it, but the thought that I had was like Louis wants to undercut Legoshi for some reason, and Louis is obsessed with carnivores and sees potentially like forming some kind of connection with her, even if it's just leading her on because he's not actually interested, would be a way, like a power play for him. And so I was thinking like that would be so horrible if after we just had some scenes of Legoshi like kind of getting to know Juno and being a dumbass, but kind of getting to know Juno, if that option were also taken away from him by this red deer. I hope that makes more sense. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. It's not the best thought, and I don't think I agree with it, and it wasn't at all the way that the scene was going, so sorry. Somebody else in the comments pointed out something really interesting. So I want to shout out, and I haven't done a comment spotlight for a while, but in this case, I will comment spotlight Yagi D. Hoshi, who commented on the last video, "There is a terrifying thing to the right of the screen at 2016. It's right around there, in the episode, as the camera pans down toward Haru, right after Legoshi's face had brightened upon finding her." So I've actually pulled up the episode now because I don't think a lot of people caught this. I certainly didn't. And Yagi D. Hoshi noticed something really fucking horrifying. So we're just a few frames before it, and I'm just gonna frame by frame forward a little bit. All right, so there, Legoshi realizes that Haru is there, and then we cut, and over there in the far right corner of the scene, eyes aglow, is a very familiar suited lion with his hair in a mane, just staring daggers at this tiny fucking rabbit in the corner. Now, I would assume that lions have dark vision, and that this mayor is... I don't know how to take this, but man, it looks like he is looking at a snack. It looks like he is fucking hungry, and there's so little that we can see from the detail of this scene, there's so little that we can know from it, and there's nothing after it. But man, it looked like the mayor was fiending for some rabbit flesh. Yikes. Okay, so thank you, Yagi D. Hoshi, for pointing that out, because that adds a whole layer of like, okay, I thought the mayor was a little bit funky. The whole scene with him sort of looming over Haru when he goes and talks to her was a little bit weird. Okay. Yeah. So now that we've taken a look at that, I will pull up the actual episode 9 of Beastars, and then we'll go ahead and get on into it. So, I have episode 9 of Beastars up and ready to go. I'm sticking with the PAS subs for now. If you I will welcome a recommendation for a sub change at this point. I haven't noticed any flaws with the PAS subs. The styling is really good. The timing has been on point. But I have seen some people chatting in my Discord and elsewhere that maybe they're not the best subs. So if you know for a fact that there's a better sub provider out there, I don't know, let me know. I know that there are the Rakushun subs and the HCS subs. One thing that's not a factor is when the subs come out. I'm not going to be able to record Beastars until Saturdays anyway. So if I switch to a sub provider that puts them out a little bit earlier, that's not going to change anything as far as when my videos come out. It's just a matter of like when I have time to actually record this stuff. But anyway, throw me recommendations if you feel like it. And I think that's about it. Let's go ahead and dive on into episode 9 of Beastars, which I now have up and ready to go. It's 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction video. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there in the corner, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you want to sync up your own copy of the episode with the timer-based version, go ahead and do so. Just get it ready because the beep beep timer will be coming at you shortly, and stick around at the end for discussion and stuff when we talk about the episode and probably have a panic attack. Okay, beep beep timer. I need more tea. All right. What now? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is this? Shadow style animation? Whoa. What the fuck? Experimentation? Oh. Twisted dreams getting warped by... 4 being the curse? Death. What? Is that a wolf? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I was thinking. They give you sleeping pills before digging in. How did you get out? He was adopted by someone? Put him back. I want the other one. The fighter. Someone with esteem. Yep. Buying a child. Wow. And raising him to greatness. Ever saw. Sure. Yeah. Baka. I would imagine. Ha ha ha. Whoa. Whoa. He went for his own throat. This is nuts. Right? You're my son. Yep. Welcome to privilege. Holy fuck, Louis. Oh. Yep. 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 Tap, tap. Oh. Totally inconspicuous. Without being seen, which is important. What? What the fuck, dude? What are you trying to do, cheetah buddy? Explain yourself, cheetah buddy. Nope. Oh. Giving into that strength a little bit. It's going a little carnivore. Gotta respect it. Like you just did. Give. No, you don't. Good step back. I think you're right. I'll become his shield. Yeah. You do care, and that's why it matters, man. Ah, fucking asshole. That fucking punk. Yeah. All of the situations are more serious than you think, dude. Go talk to Panda Bro. Ooh. Blood. Ooh. It's an interesting way of moving the camera. Hello. All the way down. Right, you're going in knowing it'll be rejected. Interruption. Oh my god, he said it! Hit. I don't know. Huh? She doesn't want to reject you. Yeah. 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 You will never be harmless, bud. But this is a good way. This is a better way to go than keeping it all bottled up. It. Okay. Okay. It was really sudden. No. It'll be alright. Ooh. Eh. Was that the fucking mayor? Yeah, you would know. Yeah, you would know. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's a cover-up. Holy shit, Mayor. So it wasn't him. He's just trying to... The Leo group he's not associated with. The Lion group. Okay, sure. I guess I'll buy that. Eh? Yeah. Huh? The boots made of leather and alligator skin. Instinct. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Now we're gonna get rapey, eh? About that. The fucking mob. Yeah, but you're trying to eat her. You gonna wine and dine her first? Wow, the fucking antlers. God, his voice is awesome. Uh-huh. I will treat you with respect. Strip. Uh, Clean. Oh, that was so fucking creepy. Because I know. Oh, no. It's the mayor. The shoe is just sitting there in the trash can. That's what our society does. You are going to great lengths to cover this shit, mayor. Do not buy your shtick. Man, the fact that he's got flat teeth makes him even creepier. Imeji. Oh my god, everything just got so much more complicated. The threat. everything to Lugosi. And if you don't, I won't. He was about to fall away from it. Holy shit. I know. Snaps, snaps. He can't. He can't. Huh? Yeah. Oh! We just learned that he knows nothing. Oh, fuck! Oh! Wow, a full-out brawl. It's a big bear. Yeah, you gotta do this yourself, bud. And? Is there an after credits? Looks like a no. Ooh. Everything just went super topsy-turvy, man. Can't believe I didn't notice the teeth. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't notice the mayor's teeth. That's so creepy. There was always something super off about him, and it's the fact that he's got fucking human or like herbivore flat teeth inside a lion face. Fuck, that's disturbing. All right, this is one of the denser episodes I've seen in a while. I mean, Beastars episodes are usually really dense, but this kind of takes the cake just in terms of sheer amount of information thrown at us. Suddenly the scope of our story just expanded exponentially. it kind of already did once we learned a bit about the dark market and things going on outside the school. But even then, that was like at this point a one-off trip into the underbelly hell of this world that keeps society running. Um, and while I fully expect that we'll make our way back there and probably end up talking to Panda Bro at some point, we haven't done it yet. But we just brought like two additional factions into our focus, the Horns group with Oguma and the Leo group with all of these lions, and the mayor who happens to be a lion but doesn't seem associated with the Leo group. Okay. Who was also scoping out Haru in the last episode. Okay. And possibly overheard her shout for Louis. Okay. I'm not gonna like speculate too hard on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if this were in some part orchestrated by the mayor as a test for Louis, before he becomes a Beastar. Along with that, we flip flop so fucking hard from Lugosi like I must protect Louis to I'm gonna beat the shit out of Louis. Holy crap. Uh, wow. Discover that there is a major faction of carnivores in the school who are trying to take Louis down a peg and potentially kill him. Fucking idiot punk who thinks that he'll make a name for himself by by killing somebody and not just get jailed for it. Baka. We haven't even touched on the entire style swapped really fascinatingly horrifying vision of memories that we get from Louis, and the idea that he is forever cursed and marked with the number 4, which has its associated equivalent to the number 13 in Western mythologies because of the closeness to the kanji for death, or for the verbal spoken word for death, shin. Uh, oh, wow. Lugosi already using his strength immediately without even a moment to consider it or to think about it in order to protect Louis in that moment. Fascinating. And looking at him, respecting what he is and who he is and what he can do, and saying to himself there is nobody more worthy of being the Beastar. But are we moving toward a world where we gun for Legoshi to become Beastar? Like, that was so far out of the realm of possibility, uh until, like, man, he really could be, though. I don't know. He's so confused and he's so searching for something else about himself. Oh my god, that line from Haru, everyone has to make it through life by hurting themselves and others. Ah. If that is like the mission statement of society at present, and it kind of is, Legoshi is like the person who's trying to find an answer outside of that system that will work for himself. Whether he can actually become a pinnacle or an example of that to others, I don't know. It's just too difficult. Oh, but grabbed, captured. It's so weird to have a joke like this built in, but having all of them like, oh yeah, it totally smells like hers. I definitely recognize that shoe. Definitely haven't slept with her or anything though. Nope, Leo Group is behind it. The police won't do anything. Mayor just shows up like, oh, we'll totally take care of this. Just keep it secret and don't tell anyone, and I'm gonna go rip this card up. The one thing that makes me think that he's not directly involved, that he's just trying to cover for people and prevent panic, is the sequence here where he looks at the, yeah, what does he say? I can't have a panic breakout there. Kidnapped girl is probably beyond saving now. I must avoid having a ridiculous organization like this going after me at all costs. Which wouldn't be the sentiment that he would have if he had orchestrated the thing or if he were actually involved in in taking her. And yeah, he walks by. Will predict, where will your love read? And he's glancing over to it like, oh hey, that would be, wait, Haru kidnapped? That's not good. And then we come to horror. These Yakuza analog lions who are absolutely horrifying. The sequence where she breaks away and starts to run, the music gets amazing. Yeah. Oh, I'm going super speed. We get this dope song for her. The music throughout this episode was super on point, sound design as well. Oh, and we can see the shadow of the boss coming and approaching back there with his cane. Who voices the boss? We don't find out his name, do we? So I really can't look it up, can I? I'm gonna go with a ANN Beastars anyway. I'm just gonna do it anyway. Boss. Nope. Nope. No idea. Fuck. We got the mayor's voice. It's Sakura on. Oh no, that's Legom. Mayor's voice is Mitsuaki Hoshino. Leo group boss Beastars voice actor. Yeah, I don't see it. Yep, nothing. Shit. All right, well, I'm not gonna find it. I don't want to waste too much time going for this. Something about the whole "I won't hurt you" with the very obvious, like straight up text that he is planning to eat her is so terrifying and so creepy rapey and so human trafficking get sold to uh, a a mob boss who's like, "Oh, I'll respect you." Oh my god, I'll respect your worth as an ingredient. It's like, uh, it puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again level of fucky. I hate it, but it's so good. And the little details throughout the Leo group's place, the katana rack made out of the antlers of a deer or similar animal, haunting. There is so much going on. Just casually smoking the cigar, all of it. Zenbu. I'm not trying to humiliate you, as he directly and like viscerally humiliates her. Did you know her, the kidnapped gardening girl? I think he knows that he did. And we had to know about his history in the dark market so that we could realize the threat that he's under. I spent 4 million on a virtuous looking face. So the reason his eyes are so different and he looks so odd and off-putting, it's all surgery. It's all, and this is super true in politics. Hell, I was reading an article yesterday about trustworthiness of faces and how we can judge the whether we would vote for somebody in the blink of an eye. It's amazing, and it's real. It's very true, and it's enough to sway a lot of people. And he puts it in terms of if this image of me falls apart, if the reality comes to light, then society will fall apart. And this is the false excuse that everyone in the society is using to turn the other way and look away from the horrors that are really going on. That people will panic, that everything will fall apart. I don't know if I believe it. Now, certainly there's something to be said for the power of willful ignorance amongst the masses. Sure, fine. But I'm of the camp that says that directly examining the flaws of our societies and ourselves and attempting to overcome them is the only way to actually overcome them. By just shepherding it away, by just tucking it behind a dark corner or under a rug, it does nothing. It does nothing. And in fact it allows it to thrive. This whole set of excuses that enables the dark market to exist is it's thin, and it requires people like Louis to do exactly what he does here when he looks down and says, "Convince yourself." In fact, I think that's such a telling moment. I don't know where it is. I'll cover this up as a reward. I'll erase your past. Where is it? I don't know where it was. It doesn't matter. You know what I was talking about. He looks down and says, thinks to himself, "Convince yourself." It's the will to lie to oneself. And he's a really good liar. He needs this, right? Because of what we find out in the introductory sequence, he feels like he needs this. Like if the truth about his past got out, people would respect him less. When I think that the opposite is the case, I don't know. I don't know. We add so many layers to Louis's character in this episode. Discovering his dark past, the fact that he really comes from nothing and was plucked from nothing by someone with power as a tool, as an object, and then set on a path. And he's following that path. But we don't know if it's because he believes it is right or if he believes that he must. It seems more like the latter. And now when confronted with a genuine threat to someone he genuinely cares about, he does not act. He creates a... I don't know what the term for it would be. I come up with moral equivalency, and I don't know if that's quite right. But he slips into this utilitarian mindset that if he were to go and attempt to save this one rabbit, that it would overthrow everything, that everything would go wrong. But he's just like the mayor, he's just protecting himself. It's so thin, and so I'm with Legoshi when he punches him. I'll show you using my raw, honest strength. And then commit to taking Haru from you. We see Louis going and leaving the flowers for Tem. And it's real. Because he does it in secret. He does it without any fanfare or applause. Right? So it's real. And that's what makes Legoshi think I have to protect him. Huh. Huh. I get a very my life is not my own vibe from Louis. Given the past that we find out in the introductory scene and his willingness to take his own life instead of being eaten, that he was already dead there, right? That he lives on only because of this person from the Horned group, which I will assume is another mafia, an herbivorous mafia group. Yeah, the Horns group, Oguma. that he considers his life dedicated to this cause. And so something that he cares about is nothing to give up. Because he's been set on this path. Shit. Shit, what an episode. Alright. Okay. We'll have to see how this plays out. We just had a fight between Legoshi and Louis in the middle of the festival. Legoshi is convinced that he needs to go out there and find the Leo group, find a fucking mafia, and try and get Haru back. What do you think the over-under is on being, 1, able to find where they are, and 2, able to actually succeed? I don't know. I think that the over-under goes up a bit if we go talk to Panda Bro. I would really like to go talk to Panda Bro. We've got enough confusion and turmoil that a talk with Panda Bro seems like a really good idea. This is when you call your fucking therapist. But we're also in a rush because he is, like, preparing Haru for devouring right now. Ha 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 ha. Shit. God, the style change at the beginning was so cool. I'm sorry for continuing to blather about certain things, but man, there are some things. There are some things going on. This is like horrifying storybook awful memory. With just the faces of horrifying carnivores, and then this looming herbivore as scary as any of them, if not more. Takes him to a room, gives him a knife, tells him to cut his way through a test. And then the title I don't understand, honestly. Trembling at the top of the shaft. It sounds sexual, but I don't know whether it evokes 2 pieces of imagery. Immediately pre-insertion, or somebody standing at the top of a deep pit, a deep like mine shaft, afraid. I don't know which one to think about because they're very, very different. Like, really, really, really different. I don't know, man. Oh, Jesus. Fucking punk. Alright, did I forget anything? Conversation with Haru and dropping to what I recognize as being kind of the manga style a little bit more. How could you say something without notice? Chasing her around, very cute, and then she gets grabbed. Fuck, not so cute, very bad. Albino meat, very rapey. Super great voice from the lion boss. Horrifying, like, everything about that scene. Equally horrifying, toothy ass mayor dude. Jesus, man. You're the very embodiment of that yourself. Lies and deceit to maintain society. I will take Haru from you. Oh, chills. All right. That'll be a wrap. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Beastars episode 9. If I missed anything or didn't give anything its due, I'm sorry. This was a crazy episode. Go ahead and throw your own thoughts in the comments. I will read them. Please don't spoil things in the future. It's not cool. And is it next week yet so that I can watch more? No? Okay. Fine. Then we'll call it for now. Peace.